Hey guys, I hope y'all are having a good day today. We're going to pick up our study of the Old Testament today in the book of Judges, in Judges chapter 6. I'll be reading out of the King James Version of the Bible. Excuse me. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of Midian 7 years. And the hand of Midian prevailed against Israel, and because of the Midianites, the children of Israel made them the dens which are in the mountains and caves and strongholds. And so it was when Israel had sown that the Midianites came up, and the Amalekites and the children of the east, even they came up against them, and they encamped against them and destroyed the increase of the earth till thou come unto Gaza, and left no sustenance for Israel, neither sheep, nor ox, nor ass. For they came up with their cattle and their tents, and they came as grasshoppers for multitude. For both they and their camels were without number, and they entered into the land to destroy it. And Israel was greatly impoverished because of the Midianites. And the children of Israel cried unto the Lord. And it came to pass, when the children of Israel cried unto the Lord because of the Midianites, that the Lord sent a prophet unto the children of Israel, which said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I brought you up from Egypt, and brought you forth out of the house of bondage, and I delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of all that oppressed you, and drave them out from before you, and gave you their land. And I said unto you, I am the Lord your God, fear not the gods of the Amorites, in whose land you dwell, but ye have not obeyed my voice. And there came an angel of the Lord, and sat under an oak which was in Ophrah, that pertained unto Joash the Abizrite, and his son Gideon threshed wheat by the winepress to hide it from the Midianites. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him, and said unto him, The Lord is with thee, thou mighty man of valor. And Gideon said unto him, O my Lord, if the Lord be with us, why then is all this befallen us? And where be all his miracles, when our fathers told us, saying, Did not the Lord bring us up from Egypt? But now the Lord has forsaken us, and delivered us into the hands of the Midianites. And the Lord looked upon him, and said, Go in this thy might, and thou shalt save Israel from the hand of the Midianites. Have not I sent thee? And he said unto him, O my Lord, wherewith shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. And the Lord said unto him, Surely I will be with thee, and thou shalt smite the Midianites as one man. And he said unto him, If now I have found grace in thy sight, then show me a sign that thou talkest with me. Depart not hence, I pray thee, until I come unto thee, and bring forth my present, and set it before thee. And he said, I will tarry until thou come again. And Gideon went in, and made ready a kid, and unleavened cakes of an ephah of flour. The flesh he put in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot, and brought it out unto him under the oak, and presented it. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, Take the flesh and the unleavened cakes, and lay them upon this rock, and pour out the broth. And he did so. And the angel of the Lord put forth the end of the staff that was in his hand, and touched the flesh and the unleavened cakes, and there rose up fire out of the rock, and consumed the flesh and the unleavened cakes. Then the angel of the Lord departed out of his sight. And when Gideon perceived that he was an angel of the Lord, Gideon said, Alas, O Lord God, for because I have seen an angel of the Lord face to face. And the Lord said unto him, Peace be unto thee, fear not, thou shalt not die. Then Gideon built an altar there unto the Lord, and called it Jehovah Shalom. Unto this day it is yet in Ophrah of the Abizrites. And it came to pass the same night that the Lord said unto him, Take thy father's young bullock, even the second bullock of 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that thy father hath, and cut down the grove that is by it, and build an altar unto the Lord thy God upon the top of this rock in the ordered place, and take the second bullock, and offer a burnt sacrifice with the wood of the grove which thou shalt cut down. Then Gideon took 10 men of his servants, and did as the Lord had said unto him. And so it was, because he feared his father's household and the men of the city, that he could not do it by day, that he did it by night. And when the men of the city arose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was cast down, and the grove was cut down that was by it, and the second bullock was offered upon the altar that was built. And they said one to another, Who hath done this thing? And when they inquired and asked, they said, Gideon, the son of Joash, hath done this thing. Then the men of the city said unto Joash, Bring out thy son, that he may die, because he has cast down the altar of Baal, and because he hath cut down the grove that was by it. And Joash said unto all that stood against him, Will you plead for Baal? Will you save him? He that will plead for him, let him be put to death whilst it is yet morning. If he be a god, let him plead for himself, because one has cast down his altar. Therefore on that day he called him Jerubbaal, saying, Let Baal plead against him, because he hath thrown down his altar. Then all the Midianites and the Amalekites and the children of the east were gathered together, and went over and pitched in the valley of Jezreel. But the Spirit of the Lord came upon Gideon, and he blew a trumpet, and Abiezer was gathered after him. And he sent messengers throughout all Manasseh, who also was gathered after him. And he sent messengers unto Asher, and unto Zebulun, and unto Naphtali, and they came up to meet them. And Gideon said unto God, If thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, as thou hast said, behold, I will put a fleece of wool in the floor, and if the dew be on the fleece only, and it be dry upon all the earth beside, then shall I know that thou wilt save Israel by mine hand, as thou hast said. And it was so, for he rose up early on the morrow, and thrust the fleece together, and wringed the dew out of the fleece, a bowl full of water. And Gideon said unto God, Let not thine anger be hot against me, and I will speak but this once. Let me prove, I pray thee, but this once with the fleece. Let it now be dry only upon the fleece, and upon all the ground let there be dew. And God did so that night, for it was dry upon the fleece only, and there was dew on all the ground. All right, that completes the reading of Judges chapter 6. And I just wanted to make a personal observation here in the last few chapters of Judges that we've read, and there's many more examples of this, but every single time that God put a judge to be over Israel, or that Israel followed God and his commandments and did what they were supposed to do, God took care of them. And as soon as they drifted away from him, they started worshiping other gods, they started doing things they weren't supposed to do, they started sinning and turning away from God, he chastised them like any good parent would do. He punished them. They put them into captivity. In some cases, some of them died. But when they turned from their wickedness and they repented and they turned back to God and asked for his help, time and time again, he helps them. So as God's children, he just wants us to follow him, and he gives us guidelines to go by. I mean, if you just look at the Ten Commandments, they're all set up in our own best interest. If you follow those, you should be prosperous and you'll get along with everybody else. But you start turning away from God and away from those things, he's going to punish you. And as long as you're still alive and on this earth, he gives you chance after chance after chance to turn from your wickedness. But once you're dead, if you choose a path of sin and you choose to turn away from God, once you're dead, that's it. There's no more second chances after that. But as long as you still breathe breath in your lungs on this earth, it doesn't matter what you've done. You ask forgiveness and you're sincere about it, and you plan to turn from your wicked ways, God will save you. It's all up to you. You know, you hear people say all the time, "Oh, I can't believe in God because if He would do these horrible things to my family, or if He would let these terrible things happen, I just don't believe that there's a God." Well, He didn't allow those things to happen. You chose your own path. And the Bible tells us that narrow is a path that leads to heaven, but broad is the path to hell. It's easy to get to hell. Just sin, do whatever you want to, make it all about yourself, don't care about anybody else. But the path to heaven is it's a righteous path, and it's not necessarily an easy path. And I'm getting a little emotional here because I'm thinking about all the people that are going to end up in hell. God gives you so many chances. Just please read the Bible. Please listen to what I'm trying to say. As I've heard a pastor say many times, it's the plan of salvation is very easy, but it's very hard. It's very easy to say what you need to do, but it's not an easy path to follow. God never promised that as Christians and by following Him that you would have an easy time on this earth. If anything, it's quite the contrary to that. You're going to have trials that you're going to have to walk in this world because it's not a popular path, but it's a righteous path, and it's a path that leads to God and to happiness and to heaven. So anyway, I hope that you'll go and read chapter 6 in the book of Judges for yourself. I hope you guys have a good day.